And we're back! Part 2 of Snowocalypse Week 12. I know, right? Amazing. Okay, so the car just swerved out of the way of a rocket and is like currently two-wheeling its way across the snow. Lux is in complete control at the helm of her glorious vehicle. The other three of you, well, let's find out. So, what is everyone doing in reaction to this, like, driving directly at a wall of gunfire and rockets and possessed corpses?
How many rockets are being fired at us?
I think the majority of them were dodged. Like, there's only maybe two. Like, the first one was, like, neatly, like, whisked overhead. The second one, like, swerved around, hit the snow nearby, knocked the car up slightly. No, like, damage done other than cosmetic. But yeah, you guys are being tossed around inside.
Oh, you're getting weird for me. Can you repeat that?
You guys are being tossed around inside the kind of cab. So yeah, I'm curious, like, what are you all doing in reaction to, like, yeah, rockets are being fired, rockets and bullets and all this jazz being fired at you. What are people doing? Or they, oh, you're like, literally, there is an option in the current rulebook.
Stein's
the
still
extended
providing
rules.
psychic artillery for Judah, literally just trying to keep himself in the car.
Just so you all know, there is literally a move in this advanced battle set, which is literally keep your head down. That is just, fuck this noise. There's bullets and rockets and all this jazz. Duck. So if that is what your character be doing, that is more than open for you to do. Like, you have weapons that can shoot as far, like, I think there's enough, like, high-powered rifles, like hunting rifles and stuff, that you can fire back, conceivably. Like, once the car rights itself, you can, like, lean out the windows and pop shots back.
Okay, Finbar, how many? You said there was 2 rockets left, like, traveling towards us.
Yeah, well, yeah, they've kind of impacted, presumably.
Oh, they've impacted, so they've exploded.
Yeah,
okay.
But if there's, well, how much ammo they have is an unknown factor. So yeah. So, Stein, what do you do? What are you currently doing? Or are you just like, are you ready to go psychic on people again, or are you like getting your hunting rifle and like shooting out the window?
I replaced the hunting rifle for one of the automatics that we got.
Oh yeah, there's guns of every description. So however far you want to shoot, you can shoot.
So yeah, so just making it clear they've got some more heavy.
Yeah,
anyway,
no, I know. Trust me, I'm aware. Johnny has made it perfectly clear how many guns Lux has in her trunk.
It's all. It's like they're just like strapped to the roof and the sides.
Yeah. She's got a lot of gun in the trunk.
Yeah. You know it.
I'm every other way to the same for both.
Am I losing you guys?
Skype's been cutting in and out a bit weirdly.
That is not good.
Mine's sorted out since we just came back.
Yeah.
But James
Okay, well we'll go with what you're doing then for the moment, Judah. We'll see if Jamie's fixes.
Can I use augury to create numerous small portals that reflect bullets back, by kind of looping windows?
Okay, you want to play? Now you're thinking with portals.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that's like, we've defined that your psychic powers can warp space and to an extent even time.
But whether I could do multiple small ones is more the question.
Yeah.
Or whether I can move my portal to have like a kind of reflecting portal in front of the car.
I think you can.
So which one?
I think you could physically try and like reflect chunks of bullets. Maybe it's just a thing of like you just have one big one at like 2 big ones and you're just like spraying bullets back at them.
Yeah, I want to do that. That sounds fun.
Okay, yeah. Give me give me a weird roll and then give me an act under fire.
Where's my augury button gone? Oh well, I just pressed the weird one. It's 11.
Okay, so yeah, your main augury, I guess so it's just deep and wide in the maelstrom.
And 7 for cool.
Yeah, so
I'm so fortunate I took that ability.
Yeah, you really are, because you have 0 cool.
Correct.
Yeah, Tudor has no cool. No chill. Yeah, so like so what do these portals look like? I don't think we've ever really discussed that. Like,
Well,
what does it
usually
look
they
like when you do this?
Usually they kind of just look like ripped through space, but these are kind of more focused ones.
Hmm.
So they kind of just look like, in the whole kind of gothic thing, kind of like gothic twisted shields with like tattered ribbons flying off them, various indistinguishable colors, the kind of the heraldry, all
Fantastic.
wrecked, dented, but kind of functional.
Okay, yeah. So the 2 of these massive things, like, I think one is like shining bright and gold, and the other one is like a twisted and blackened. Oh, not like let's say bright and gold. It looks like kind of tarnished, and the other one is like an inverse kind of through one of those like negative filters you have on camera phones when you were all younger, and they're like, yeah, the golden one is like blocking bullets and like sucking them in, and the other one is like firing them back out again and raking across the side of this building. But as Shooter does this, yeah, this face like bulges in the air in front of you, and you just see it like go, and like blows on you, and the like visible for a moment the plating of this augury shield peels off of the car, and like flies above you. Because I feel
Yeah, well, we're supposed to be invisible all this time anyway.
the shield, as far as I remember, was specifically to combat psychic attacks because it's a psychic shield. Oh. Push talk, please, Jamie. Jamie! Jamie, push talk!
He can't hear you. He can hear nothing.
Oh god.
Jamie can't hear anything.
Thank you.
I can hear you now.
Okay, push talk, please. Cool.
I talk some.
I don't know, someone's sending in feedback. It seemed to come when you dropped back in. Also, Chip, your camera has turned off.
Oh, that's
Yay!
The still image has been deployed.
The first part went so well. Like,
Yeah, I know,
it was,
right?
like, technical problems free.
Hang on, let me see what I can do.
The still image has been deployed.
Oh god, no. Oh,
Do you actually have it, like, almost as a scene? Do you have a full
Yes.
scene?
Yes, it is.
Where-
It is set up in my scenes.
That's awesome.
Just because it
Instant
happens so often.
deployment.
my awesome ass picture is just fucking, like, amazing. That one's okay, it's the other one that's horrible.
Yeah. So.
So how much damage did my breathe?
I mean, you do a
Return
fair
line.
chunk of damage because you actually are reflecting entirely everything they're throwing at you. So you throw back like 2 harm into this like gang, which I will. Let me just draw a quick. Because yeah, their assorted cover was peeled off by massive explosive fire. Then. Yeah, I think, yeah, okay, so you do a chunk. But yeah, your psychic shield is, like, peeled away from you because you've got 2 partial successes against, like, using your powers against the thing that gave you your powers. And it's, like, slowly battering at you. And yeah, the rest of you will hear the howling sounds of, like, maybe screaming? It's, like, screaming and the sounds of, like, almost like kind of underneath it, like war drums or something like that. Oh dear, we seem to be having massive technical failure suddenly. Ugh. Yeah.
Just can't get the staff these days, can you?
Can't get the Skype. Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I know I can.
Chip and Jamie? Oh,
I can hear you.
we have a Chip visual. We have a
It's
spinning
just
wheel
Jamie still.
for Jamie.
Also, feedback from someone.
I think it's Jamie's, like, whatever Jamie's mic is actually being able to send through. I don't think he can hear us.
I can just about
Oh.
hear you. I can see none of your cameras. I've got nothing running in the background. It's
Just do it without running your camera then, because
Yeah.
Is that better?
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can hear you, but I can't see shit.
Well,
No,
we will.
Watch the stream on Twitch.
No, because that will eat his internet as well.
No, because I've turned the stream off to improve internet connection.
Well then,
remind
don't.
me. remind me to show you how to buy a power line adapter.
No, because we've worked out that's not. Oh, I can see Chip and Joe now. We've worked out that I don't have an Ethernet port on this.
What, on your
Oh
laptop?
yeah, your computer. Yeah.
Okay, you need to work and get a decent laptop.
I do have a decent laptop. I
It's
just
a
don't have an
network.
Ethernet port because I'm not in the fucking dark ages.
It's a
Okay,
network.
but you can get an adapter anyway.
We'll leave the technical discussion till another time because,
Back to
frankly,
roleplay.
the idea of not having an Ethernet port being in the Dark Ages is offensive to me. But discussion for another time.
Because your Wi-Fi is from the dark ages.
Okay, guys.
Another
let's get
time.
back to the
Okay,
So,
dark
yeah.
age.
guys.
So,
let's kill some
yeah,
zombies.
so
Let's
the
make
psychic
personal
shield
attacks here.
gets blown away by this giant, like, hovering face, and the car, like, plunges through as its wheels right itself. Midnight, what are you doing? Well, there's
What's going on? I'm completely
bullets
what's
like
going on?
bullets and rockets flying at you. The majority of which are being scooped out of the air by this giant floating golden shield, and reflected back at some twisted inversed one. And yeah, you and Steiner are in the back. Then like this giant ass face like appeared in front of you, and it huffed and it puffed and it blew weird shining plate armor off of your car that didn't seem to exist until it blew at you. And yeah, now you just drove through that and the snow scattered, and there's still bullets. I mean, a majority of them are being dealt with by Tudor, but there's a lot of bullets. Like I don't think I'm emphasizing that there's really a lot of bullets. So yeah, what do you do? Are you shooting back, or are you like going, hell no?
I'm gonna shoot back
Okay.
because
I think the best way for you to do this and to feasibly actually help is to follow through on Lux's move, I think. Because you're like picking off but either Lux or Tudor's move, you're like picking off people who are like actual threats, like the guys with the guns. Or the big rocket launchers, sorry. So you're just kind of like swerving along inside the car, leaning out the window, going pew, pew. So roll plus whichever hex is better with either Tudor or Lux. Eight. So on that I select one that makes sense.
you'd hope so.
Well, sometimes you create an opportunity map to seize or follow through. Right? Yeah, I'm to what it is.
That's falling through on Tudor's portals, right?
Yeah. So yeah, the
gun.
gun.
Firing bullets through the portals.
Well,
The
surely you
bullets are
could
like-
just fire bullets at the gold shield, they'd come out the black shield.
Yeah. So I think it's. So this is you create an opportunity, but you haven't seized it or followed through on it yet. So yeah, I think it's the idea is that like Tudor is providing cover, and you're like trying to pick off the people who are dangerous. So I think you nail one of the guys with the rocket launcher, and it falls and lands in the snow in the middle of this intersection. You only really get one because you're not that crack a shot, and there's a shit ton more of them. But yeah, there's a rocket launcher lying in the middle of this intersection if you're willing to like pull over and pick it up. Just saying.
I can get the rocket launcher on my next go, it's fine.
You mean like
Oh,
get out,
as
you
we
mean
go
like
through.
stop the car, get out of the car with all of the bullets, and go.
No, I mean, what you could is whilst I'll do a skid over the top of it. Someone just lean out, open the door, lean out, grab it. And it'll be
You
fine.
do have, as defined on your character sheet, impossible reflexes.
This is true. Okay.
So if
What are
you
the
guys want to pull
chances
some animu bullshit right here,
what are the chances of me
this
getting
is the
hit?
time. But
Oh,
before
no,
we get to
put the
that,
car into a flip, and as you're flipping over the top of it,
Or
grab
just
it.
because Chip's on the right side of the car, just slid past it. I think still the best choice.
Yeah.
regardless, we'll get to that, and that is the next round thing.
Oh, why can't I do that now?
Because
We're not
you're
there
still
yet.
you're not there in the right place currently.
Rude.
I know, right? I'm
That is
aware.
sexism or something. I don't know. It's
Seems
one of the
reasonable.
isms.
Stein, what are
That's
you up to?
placism.
Places.
Discriminating against my location.
So he's not really in a position to do anything. I suppose he
mean,
he leans out the
there is-
window and
yeah.
actually starts laying down the line of fire.
You can like
As
follow
well.
through.
Yeah, I'll do.
There's not much left to follow through on, I think, at this stage. Like, you guys have kind of... There's a route open, there's giant-ass floating shields of cover in the sky. Like, those are things that are contained within themselves, I think, by this stage. I think Stein has a chance to either, like, go, fuck this noise, and be ready for the next round when you will... So you are driving into an intersection that is basically Death Valley. Like, bullets and all holy hell will be raining down on you. And anyone who's in anything close to an exposed position, like, instance, an underdressed woman leaning out the window of the car firing potshots at people with a hunting rifle, are gonna be in a bad way. So, this may be the time to go, fuck this noise, and duck and cover. Adopt
Sorry,
the fetal
I missed
position.
that for a second. What just happened?
So,
Yeah,
like,
fucking
you're about to
we'll
drive
duck
in...
together.
You're about to drive into a horrible situation.
Great, yeah.
Like, it might be wise to take cover.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So, that move is, when you stay the fuck down, you roll plus sharp. On a hit, you're in a relatively safe spot for the rest of the battle. Okay, yeah, so roll your sharp, and I will give you what it does if you succeed. So that is not
Shit.
good. On a miss, you have to break position now or come under concentrated
I have
fire.
to leave the car.
Uh,
How does that work when
I-
he's inside the car
How
already?
can you fuck up hiding that badly?
Well, maybe it's a case of nerves get to him. It's like, nope, I'm going to lean out the car with the gun and actually go about firing instead.
Or
That would make the most sense. I guess.
no, I've got it.
Oh, you haven't. No.
So here's
Is it
so
psychic bullshit?
no. Here's what happens. Here's what happens is that the car is like. So the rest of you are all preoccupied. Like Midnight is using her crazy reflexes. She's climbed out the window while the car's still on like two wheels and is firing wildly. Shooter's there, like stigmata glowing, like hands up, like the sound of like gothic music, like organ music playing around him as he does all this. Stein, the rocket hit, like a chunk of shrapnel hit the door, and it's hanging open, and you're hanging out of the door. As it lands, and you're like thrown. So you're like, if this was Mad Max, you are the person clinging to the side of the truck as it accelerates. So you're in no way armored right now, other than just by the door itself, and you're driving directly into this intersection where death reigns. I feel like a dick.
To be honest, that's still
yeah.
better than what I thought you were.
Yeah,
the
so
shit
like
that I
the
thought you
car
were about.
lands, like the four wheels hit the ground, accelerates forward. Lux, you like check your wing mirror and you see the door swinging open and like Stein clutching onto it, like just swinging out at a 90-degree angle from the car. Meanwhile, Midnight's just like hanging out at some ridiculous angle, firing a hunting rifle up into people there. You see this rocket launcher fall into the middle, and yeah.
I'm going
Team.
to go with someone else should go first this time because my move is going to take us through, and someone should get him inside before I go through.
Yeah, that's probably wise.
Well, Chip's the one next to him.
So yeah,
I
team.
guess
Who's...
I'm in front of him. Right?
Yeah. So like the layout of the
Just
car
fall down.
is you've got. So my
we
my
draw a
mental
map
image currently is that's probably wise. Diddly-oo.
I know. Is there a token that's like a car that we can just put on, or do we
I
draw?
don't think there is, unfortunately. Still got an age-old map from a while back on here. Delete. There we go. Okay, so
Move
we
us on to
have. Yes, sure. 1 second. Swoop. And I will
help
put
you
the
draw it.
stream on here. So we have.
Drawing it nice.
Is that the car right there?
Yeah, this is the car.
That's a big fucking car. Okay, so
I don't want to
so we have
That's-
my understanding is we have Lux here. I'll make that just a little bit bigger. We have Control C, Control V. We have Tudor here, we have Midnight is kind of like leaning out of the window, and then we have Stein.
Lux and Tudor are the wrong way around.
Stein
the driver
and
is on the
Midnight
right-hand
are also
side.
the wrong way around. Oh, one or the other is. Yeah, because Stein sat behind Tudor.
1 second. I just need to delete that bit. Actually, the way I need to freehand. I need red. I need this door all the way out here, and then Stein. So that's the rough layout currently on the McCrane-mobile. And oh yes, let's not forget one very crucial detail.
Death.
That's I think this is a pretty accurate layout of the current situation.
And it's only for Stein. He brought us into the situation. He's the reason we have to do this anyway. So.
No. Again.
You're the one who was like, oh, I let us off into a route that has a dead end on it.
I mean, I assume someone else was the one who had the map. Like, I'm driving. You can't navigate.
Well, I mean, this is a case of, like, you're just remembering as fast as you can, because this has all taken the space over, like, 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's fair.
No one is going, take a left at the end of the road. That's not happening. That's not what's going on right here. Alright. So, who's going first? Stein, you're dangling over the edge, and I think someone's going to need to move to assist you, in some way, shape, or form, before. Like,
Unless I decide to just jump ship.
Yeah, you could let go. That is definitely a thing within your capacity.
You could totally make it on foot. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I think I have two
Actually,
options. I have let go and hold on.
They're very clear.
Let it go.
Please don't make me roll either.
Silence. Silence.
Okay, can I provide covering fire for Stein?
Is that one of these battle move things? Is that
Yeah.
provide cover? Absolutely.
Roll, cool. Yeah,
Roll plus
yeah.
cool.
I can't roll cool for shit, can I?
You're not very good at this now. So on provide covering fire for someone on a 7-9, the position of course is untenable, and they proceed accordingly. Well, I think you stop most of the bullets, but yeah, if you plink off the door, and yeah, the car's approaching this turning where Lux at the speed she's going has to make a ridiculously hard turn, and if Stein is in the position he's in, the door is going to slam and he's going to hit the side of the car and the shock is going to shake him off. But he's safe from gunfire. So you won't be torn to pieces by bullets. Because it's a majority of success, but you're still in a terrible position that will lead to your imminent unpleasantness. So Midnight, what are you doing? You have a rocket launcher that you're about to power slide past. Are you trying to grab that, or are you going over to help Stein?
Grabbing the fucking rocket launcher.
Oh, fucking course you are.
I like how that maneuver is technically going to put Stein facing all the incoming bullets.
Quite potentially, yeah.
No, only if I turn right. I could turn left.
Yeah, so
Midnight
Midnight could lean out the one side, and if the car could slide over the top of it, Midnight could grab the thing, and he could slide inside at the same time. Maybe.
Make him roll for it.
Maybe.
So Midnight, give me a cool roll. Act under fire.
I will. Oh, for goodness sake! Sorry, my laptop's being a massive pain in the butt. lag.
Move this just so it's a little bit more visible on the screen.
Are you rolling for me?
I know I have a roll for you. I can if you're having difficulty accessing roll 20.
Hang on. Nearly there. So nearly. What am I doing? Rolling cool?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Fuck's sake.
So act under fire. A 7 to 9 on act under fire. On a 7 to 9, you flinch, hesitate, or stall. The MC can offer you a worse outcome, a hard bargain, or an ugly choice.
Hard bargain, rocket launcher or Stein.
Ugly choice. I'd say that much.
Okay, Midnight, you remember the map. This building is in the middle of a square. You think, like, there's no way in hell, like, this car just isn't drifting over enough for you to grab that rocket launcher. What could work, though, is if you leap from the car, grab it, and then sprint through the ground floor to the other side and meet the car there. Like, you figured out, like, you remember this route well enough that the route that Lux is taking, the only way round is for her to go round this building.
Before I take a different route.
Yeah, like, like every other way leads off to the side, and like you've discussed enough to know it is incredibly tactically unsound for it to go anywhere other than just like around this building.
Are you basically asking me if I want to just get out of the car and run for it?
More or
You will
less,
have
it's
a
like,
rocket
you've
launcher.
got an interception route where you'd meet up with the thing again.
The
But
answer
if
is
you
the
if
answer
you met up
is-
with the thing, you'd have a rocket launcher.
The answer
Of
is
course.
yes.
Good
Of course.
girl.
Why would you not do that?
So yeah, again at like ridiculous bullshit speeds, the car starts to slide. Midnight like leaps out of the window. We kind of see it like all goes into slow-mo, and Midnight's still like moving at proper speeds. So it hops out of the window, kind of drops into like a crouch on top of the window, and we see like her tattoos kind of slink down around her legs and bunch. And she pushes off the side of the car, so which we see the car, like, the suspension just rocks slightly, and Stein, like, shudders on his door. Midnight flies forward, grabs the rocket launcher as she, like, somersaults over it, and cartwheels down, like, flips down into, like, the main doorway, slamming her shoulder into one of these zombies before, like, as she hits it, and then starts running through this building. Yeah, Lux, I think you and Midnight have been around long enough to know she's going to do the stupidest thing, and she knows where she's got to meet you.
Yeah.
I think that definitely a discussion happened of, if you get out of the car, like, if you fall out of the car, here's what you do. You didn't quite expect jumping out of the car as a solution, but yeah.
It's midnight. Come on.
Yeah. Okay, we'll get back to you in a moment. Okay. Stein?
Is there
I
no
think
way
you've
you
got-
could just jump back in the fucking
You
car?
have one option here. Act under fire. The fire being imminently getting slammed to the side of a car as this car starts to
so
skid around this
I've
corner.
got a chance to basically roll to see if I successfully bail out, or roll to see if I can get in the car.
We'll,
And if
we'll
I
see.
fail, either way, I'm falling.
We'll see how this plays out. We'll see how this plays out. No, you have a. There are other things that can happen.
I know, but
That-
presumably he has to roll for whichever one is his
Oh.
objective.
Yeah, he misses.
No, I can
Um,
assist. Can I assist with my driving?
You absolutely can. You can try and like slow this turn, or like do it in such a way that you can like swing him in the right direction.
Yeah, I'm basically attempting to. Basically, instead of like just turning like normal, I'm doing like a full like 360 donut, like
It's,
to like get him back.
You've seen the Wanted movie, right?
Yeah.
The bit where Angelina Jolie scoops him up in the sports car.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
doing
only
that.
rolling it a +1 as well, but
I believe that you will fuck this up.
Please don't fuck this up.
I didn't fuck it up.
Yes.
Funny, innit?
Yeah, so the car swings around, and yeah, you. So you swing the car around and you scoop him back in. So Stein, you're pulling yourself in, but you're not doing it like you're not going fast enough. The side of the car is coming towards you, and then the car like judders, and the door swings back just long enough for you to pull yourself into the seat. And your butt lands on the nice toasty leather surface of this chair. And then the door like slams shut like a vice behind you. And the car slams into the wall, just like the window through which Midnight just leapt. Yeah, Lux, your car stalls. For, like, just a moment. But as it does, you hear thunk! As like
It is a rugged car.
Oh, and I know, but two of you rolled partial successes on this act under fire. So, yeah, you hear these thunks as zombies leap off the top of the building and land on your car, and like you see them landing around you as your gang like crashes towards them. starts bundling into them. Lux, what do you do?
I'm going to seize by force again.
Yep.
Um,
Hell fucking yes. you
because
are.
like I know I want to say like maintain an underlevel position because that makes sense. But on the other hand, I've opened.
Yeah,
so
the
it's-
route
it's just-
still exists, but it's rapidly closing.
Yeah. So okay. So, but my car is stalled right. So driving isn't an option right now. Am I correct?
You need a moment like in this
Okay.
battle, and then you can punch it through this route. But right
Cool.
now, you do not have that moment. Well, I mean, you can just literally let your gang do its work and hope that they can hold this group off while you get the car back up and running.
No, like so I think Lux actually has confidence. Like, cool. I now have secured myself a nice firing line, and just like goes ham and
Goes
just
ham on a biscuit?
it's seizing by force like this entire T junction. It's like she's hunkering down,
Yeah. Okay.
and it's
Give
just
me-
like come at us, bro.
Hit me with it.
So that's
Sorry, I'm
2d6
adjusting
plus 5
the
again.
positions of labels. Da-da-da-da-da.
Are we now in the middle of danger?
You are right next to death. Midnight is on the other
Death.
side of death. Alright, give me that seize by force, man.
Come in. Yay!
Alright, so you're fighting with your gang, all 16 of them, so that's a medium gang. You're up against a gargantuan gang. And they just have bodies to throw at you.
I'm still using area weapon.
Yeah, so you have you're doing well, but like I mean it's a thing of you can only hit as many of them as in one place at a time, and there's just more to fill that gap. So and your gang are tearing chunks off people. So I think you do 3 harm.
Yes, my gang does.
Your gang is 3 harm. I know that much.
Yeah, my gang is 3 harm. I'm 4 harm.
Okay.
Actually, no. Well, sort of. I'll say I'm using my machine gun to make it consistent. Like, it's
Fair,
not grenade
So
launcher.
the thing of like,
it's
your
not-
grenade launcher will be hitting in close quarters. It'd be
Yeah.
dangerous for you. So you're leaning out the window and like hosing people with this machine gun. And your
It's
gang are like,
it's like machine gun mounted like on like the front
oh yeah,
of the car.
cool. I like it.
So yeah, that's 3 harm as well. And so I'm seizing by force. So all of them, so they are impressed, dismayed, or frightened
Yep.
twice. They've been impressed, dismayed, or frightened twice. Not,
Yeah.
I'm not doubling it. I'm just saying that's happened.
Yeah, that
twice.
you're inflicting a lot of like morale damage. The thing is, these things
and-
don't
If they
have
had
morale. Yeah. The only thing with morale believes it's a god.
And I'm looking to take ultra super definite hold for good of this damn T junction.
Okay, and you do so 3 harm. You take 4
Plus
harm
1,
overall.
4 harm.
Okay.
And they have -1 on their attempts to do damage to us.
Okay.
But admittedly, my gang is involved in this, so it's weird armor.
Yeah.
It's 3 armor. No, it's 3 armor for my gang.
Yep.
Yes, this is the way it works. So my gang is
Yeah.
3 armor, so you deal
Yeah.
damage to my gang, and then I also take as much damage as my gang takes.
Yes.
But
That's
that's
it.
mitigated by my armor rather than by theirs.
Okay. Yeah. So give me a moment.
So just say basically how much damage is being dealt, and then it's mitigated by their
Yeah,
armor and my
so-
armor separately.
You're carving like bloody furrows through these things. You're blowing apart like what we just said. It was like they're approaching their 2nd century of death, frozen in these pops. So like bits of them just blow off, and they don't like explode like a human body. They shatter as the bullets punch into them, and like you see one of your gorillas like slams it against the wall, and it just breaks apart. And you're tearing like chunks into these things. Actually, I think we've got to do. Give me a pack alpha roll. You're leading your pack into definitive danger here.
Why did they not have highlighted hard? That's just it says just plus hard. Can I? It doesn't actually explicitly say because obviously it's not a driver move. But would I be able to like add my looks to this?
Yeah, go on. That's a good way to do it. I like that. I was going to give you +1 for just having like a weird psychic hold on them, but yeah, I prefer add your look. Like you're just general how impressive you are.
Yeah. Which is 2d6 plus 4 total then. It's a 10.
A 10. Cool. So for those of you who have not seen us roll this move before, because it's the first time we've rolled it, it's the move to control your gang. So on a 10 plus all 3, do what you want, they don't fight back over it, you don't have to make an example. Yeah, so they're fighting to the death, loyal as hell. Yeah, so these guys are 2 others. Right. Yeah, another like 3 of your gorillas go down. Like, it's absolutely like, this is you're like absolutely destroying, like tearing through these guys, and like, you very much get an opening to go.
3, you said, right?
Yeah.
Down to 13.
You get an opening to just like accelerate the hell out of here. And like, yeah, enough space to kind of give your car another go. But yeah, it's a thing of like, you're inflicting ridiculous amounts of damage. You've torn through, like, you yourself have probably shot like 15 of these things. Your gorillas are doing serious work at the same time. The shields are still up and holding bullets at bay from the above, but like, they just keep coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess
So
we go
you punch it.
This holds.
So
Yep.
yeah, you manage to like, you pause firing for a moment. You ram your car back into gear. The engine surges back into life. Yeah. I presume you punch it.
Yeah, I go.
Okay. I guess.
I seized ultra definite super control.
Yeah, you see. Yeah, so you just you punch it out of there and you're driving away again. Let's cut to Midnight for the moment because I feel she's the one in the most imminent danger.
You
So yeah,
don't
Midnight.
say.
You have like this thing chucked over your back. You've like thrown the strap over yourself. You're still half naked. Just so we're all clear of this image of there's a half naked woman running through like this frozen ass like. I think we might almost be like trying to figure out where in London we are. In my head, this is taking place in Covent Garden. That doesn't really work with the geography of the city, but fuck it. Yeah, you know Covent Garden.
In my head, it's Piccadilly.
Okay. You
I
got
don't know
a
why,
big.
but for some reason in my head, it's Piccadilly. It's Piccadilly.
Yeah, but yeah, you're running through this building like the entire like it's not really snow, it's just ice. It's so cold here, and you're there in like tight ass leather trousers and a bra. Just going, lol. Does one give a the fuck? Sprinting through. And yeah, you just see like a body land in front of you with like a giant like an LMG like strung across it, and the face turns towards you, and this voice kind of comes out of like the mouth like drops down, and like there's no like movement of like tongue or vocal cords or anything, and this voice that sounds eerily familiar goes, "Hello, princess. It's been a while." And the voice you recognize as Rourke turns the body that seems to own it turns and goes to open fire on you. What do you do?
Jump up and kick him in the fucking face.
Okay, that's a seize by force, most definitely. I mean, he abducted the souls of an entire town. Why not put one that he knows Midnight hates in a body? Damn.
It's not just straight decapitation.
It's not necessarily. So, seized by force, Midnight. You have draw 10, so you choose 3 from. So if you look at the basic moves list in the handout section, you'll see there's take definite hold of it, suffer little harm, inflict terrible harm, and finally impress, dismay, or frighten your enemy.
Oh god.
So yeah, you're just hitting him. So
Of course.
actually, so normally punching is 1 harm. We will get to exactly how much your punches do in a moment.
Okay, well I'm obviously going to inflict terrible harm.
Okay, so that goes up 2.
Quite obviously. Suffer little harm. That's definitely going to be something
Probably sensible.
probably very sensible.
Yeah.
I don't see the advantage of taking hold of Rourke's body.
I mean, you won't. Yeah. Well, there's impressing, dismaying, or frightening. Taking definite hold is.
What was that situation?
I don't know actually. You take definite. So you're seizing by force. You attempt to seize by force his life, or at least this body's capacity to act against you. So I guess it would be like breaking a significant chunk of it off. So like maybe one of the two arms that support. You're like taking hold of one of the arms that supports the LMG, so he wouldn't be able to bring it to bear on you anymore. Maybe. Or maybe you really just want to rub it in Rourke's face that you're just that cool.
I really don't want to rub it in Rourke's face.
Okay. That seems fair. And by extension, the person, the psychic will that literally went, well, you pissed me off, so I'm going to throw this guy who you seem to have beef with from the Maelstrom at you, because I'm that much of a petty tool. I've had bringing this guy back for specifically this purpose in my head for so long. I'm so excited. Alright. So yeah. You're in, again, like, he like starts to bring it around as the barrel like swings towards you. The world goes into slow-mo again. The first bullets start like firing, and I think you jump and turn in the air. You literally feel one like graze along your abdomen, and then like you palm off the barrel, like jump up, and I think as you're bringing a knee like into his head, you feel your tattoos like pulse, and I think
We've lost Jamie again.
oh yeah, Jamie's gone. But this is all midnight. Yeah, you feel your tattoos pulse, and psychic power kind of surges in your system for a moment. Do you want to try and roll with that, or do you just go, hell no, this is all me, shut up?
Go for it, I'm gonna roll with it.
Roll, open your brain to your psychic powers.
Seeing as how I believe it was Tudor was so kind to highlight my weird.
Yeah, so, yeah, you see, again, like, there's, so there's, like, again, that, like, pulse as your tattoos, like, shudder and compress, like, almost like springs on the leg muscles, and your knee slams into the side of his head, and it caves in. I think you just get the, oh, fuck, and then it's, like, just cuts off, and this body collapses to the ground. And you land awkwardly, but your knee is, like, super in pain, and you look down at it, and, like, it's like, you can see bits of bone, like, sticking out, and your tattoos are setting to work putting you back together, but, yeah, you're in rough shape. And you're slowed down. And you're kind of limping towards the other side of the building. Doesn't seem to be any pursuers in sight yet, but you're going to have to hope that car waits for you. So yes, on the other side, the car's punched through and is like swinging into the next corner. The thing you get, like, there's some incidental gunfire, but the shields are still in place that keep you safe enough. Your gang, like yeah, they've like thrown off their pursuers and like chasing after you. A few of them are bundled through the building, and like, I think midnight you see, like, just as you turn around, you see one of the gorillas like leap off like a first floor balcony over into another one and like swings forward, moving through this building. And yeah, so you pull around the second corner again. I assume all this is just epic power slides at this stage.
Yeah.
We've gone full animo.
It's I mean, it's icy everywhere.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, it is like, this is a half-track vehicle, remember? So it's
God, yes.
It's snowmobile skidding.
Beautiful. I forgot that. Yeah, so you pull around the second corner. And yeah, you accelerate towards the interception point of you and Midnight. And your gang like bursts through, and they're all like waiting there. Few of them taking cover as like the first few of the zombies get there and start hailing bullets down. And you see again a couple bursting up through the ground. They seem to be in less ridiculously thick and fast. There's still a shit ton, but there's way less like just straight up gunfire at this point. You get to the interception point, and I think you turn, and Midnight is a good, like, 20 meters away? No, 10 meters away? Something like that? Like, there's some good distance, but she's inside. And, like, in the wrong direction. What do you do? And you see her like hobbling, but like picking up speed. But you also see, like, I think maybe you see behind her, like, just assorted, like, of these zombies, like, crawling and running after her.
Could I provide covering fire for her?
Absolutely you could. What are Stein and Tudor doing at this point as well? Is this everyone is just like, fuck it? Actually, no, we'll leave you for the moment. Yeah, so, covering fire, Lux, for midnight.
Yeah.
So that's plus your cool?
Yeah, 2d6 plus. I'm fairly sure it does get added to my power. Like, I'm just going to add it to my power because it makes sense.
Yeah, you're using your car to do something violent. That's fine.
So she only comes under. She doesn't come under concentrated fire, even
Okay.
past 9. What does that actually mean?
Instant
Can't
fire is
take more
like
than
0 to 1
9
harm,
harm?
I believe.
Yeah.
So just the way the battle works is like we're currently in the thick of it, of where concentrated fire is happening.
Incidental fire means 0 harm or 1 harm.
Okay.
It's ricochets, connecting, bullets spun by cover, bullets from far off, or dim chance. So
Yeah, so I think what happens is like these grenades hit and like you see one of them leaping forward to grab her, and a grenade like bounces off its head and slams it down into the ground, detonates, like destroying a bunch of them, and you see one of the pieces like skids across the back of her thigh, but her tattoos immediately just knit it back together. And yeah, she makes it like to the car. I think maybe you get to the car, but so Stein and Tudor, you're on the other side, and you see a bunch of them popping up out of the ground. What are you two doing?
Finbar,
Aye,
can I just point you to the fact that the screen is...
you can indeed.
Yeah.
Push the wrong button. My bad.
Okay, I guess I will just go aggro with my ray gun into the approaching
Okay.
horde on my side.
Cool. I think this is seizing by force, because if you don't do it, they'll get to you and they'll just try and beat the shit out of your car with their bare hands.
Oh, so mean, Finbar.
I know I'm the worst. And also, using your gun is definably not using your psychic powers.
Yeah, I know I'm not using my psychic powers.
Yeah, but this is definitely seizing by force. This is like, oh, okay, there's no time. I don't have time to target one person at a time with my brain. This is bullets everywhere. And Stein, are you backing him up in this?
Yeah, I'm laying down cover fire.
Yeah, I think this one is...
The car has stopped, right?
Yeah, very briefly to pick up Midnight. This one I think is more following through on someone else's move. You're following through on Tudor's move again. So
Should I
Tudor,
roll first then?
yeah, roll me hard, and at the same time, Stein, roll plus your hex with Tudor. 2d6 plus your hex.
7.
1 second. Because roll 20 is being an ass.
Okay, yeah. So that is successes on your parts. So
I guess
I'll
I'll
show you this one.
suffer little harm and inflict terrible harm.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, cool. And sometimes you create an opportunity to have seized or followed through on it. Yeah. So. Ba-do-do-do.
And remember, my gun's 4 harm.
Yeah, you're doing a lot of damage. There's more guys than you. So I'll give you basically, so you're together doing like, with kind of untrainedness and generally big ass weaponry, you're putting down about 5 harm worth of damage. They have 1 armor because they're just frozen solid, and there's, I think this group is like just a maybe 2 gangsters up. So you do some damage. You like blow things to pieces. Stein maybe pulls a shotgun out off of the rack and starts like blowing them away as they get close. You keep them off the car. And yeah, Midnight like pulls open the door, jumps in. The rocket launcher lands in the middle of like the gun pile in the like sort of kind of that gap between the 2 front seats. Going onto the middle seat in the back. I just imagine that is just full of guns, and this rocket launcher just lands on top of it. And yeah, pulls the door shut behind her.
And
And yeah,
says, "You're welcome, bitches."
Well,
And that's where we'll go to
fucking-
break. Boom! You're welcome, bitches. Yeah, that's where we'll cut to break. We will return very shortly.